गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. We are in second question of the Prashna Upanishad, and here in the second question we see that the same creation which was, what is the source of creation, which was asked in the first question, but in an objective way, is being addressed in a subjective manner, and our attention is being shifted from the outside to inside, to within. And the within is not being mentioned, the creator or the source is not being mentioned to create a difference between inside and outside, but to show us, to show the student that everything is the vibhuti of the one, everything is one alone, there is no two. And in that regards, we saw in the sixth verse, Araiva Rathanabhau Prane Sarvam Pratishthitam Richo Yajunshi Samani Yajna Kshatra Brahmacha. And there we were told that, where are we? That just like all the spokes of a wheel, or a wheel of a cycle, or a wheel of a chariot, they all are centered in the hub of the wheel, so also all the, here it is told, in other words, the Rig, Yajus and Sam, all these are centered in the prana. And now by now you should know that prana is the eternal subject, or appearing as the sun and the moon and the etc. etc. Those were the Prajapatis. But what is that ultimate from whom the creation has come? Here the name that was used was Prajapati, and that Prajapati then was called as Prana, the subject part, and the Rai as the object part. One alone dividing itself into two. And in this way, all of these, the sacrifice, the Kshatriyas and the Brahmanas, everything is centered in the pranas alone. And so in other words, when we are chanting the Rug Yajur Samaved, that is also depending upon the pranas, and that these three, where did they come from, what is their origin, because we are talking about creation, and in the creation we get these three Vedas. So what is their origin, who is their creator? It is the same prana. And or we can say that but and what is that prana? The Prajapati, another name for Prajapati at the totality level. Ishvara is the non-doer. So creation, where did it begin from? From Brahmaji. So another word for him is Brahmaji or Hiranyagarbha, and another name for it is Prana. In other Mundaka Upanishad also this will come. And in this way, just like we within us or as us, The Atma is identified with the individual mind. We understand this much. Similarly, prana, Brahmaji, the total, the consciousness of Brahmaji, if we want to call it, is identified with the total mind. And that is the Prajapati, that is the Prana, that is the Brahmaji, that is the Hiranyagarbha. All names are synonyms. Don't again, oh, why did you use that word? Why did you use that word? No confusion. Continuing in the seventh, in the seventh, in the seventh verse, what does it say? Another stuti, and here it says, repeat after me. प्रजापतिश्वरसि गर्भे प्रजापतिश्चरसि गर्भे त्वमेव प्रतिजायसे त्वमेव प्रतिजायसे तुभ्यं प्राण प्रजास्त्विमां तुभ्यं प्राण प्रजास्त्विमां बलिं हरन्ति यः प्राणैः प्रतितिष्ठसि बलिं हरन्ति यः प्राणैः प्रतितिष्ठसि. टुगेदर. प्रजापतिश्चरसि गर्भे त्वमेव प्रतिजायसे तुभ्यं प्राण प्रजास्त्विमा बलिं हरन्ति यः प्राणैः प्रतितिष्ठसि. So here he says, O Pran, the gods are chanting the stuti. Remember, all the senses, all the devas, they are chanting. They are saying, O Pran, you are the Prajapati and you are the one, Garbhe Tvameva Pratijayase. You are the one who enters the womb of and moves and grows and everything in the womb, and you are the one who is born, and you are alone the one who is born, and you are alone the one for whom all the experiences are. Oh, wow, wonderful. What a beautiful stuti. How great you are, Pran. Yes, as good the stuti sounds, because it is being, the devas are saying it to the Pran, our attention must go here. That all the senses, and right now our mouth, right now our hearing ability, which is hearing these words, right now our understanding ability, right now our faith in the words of the scriptures, conviction in the words, understanding in the words that are coming to us, it is not happening for us. It is happening for the Prana. He is playing with himself. See? So this is where our attention should be. Rather than keeping the God away from you, keeping the Creator away from you. But that Creator principle is here also. Every thought begins with creation, is maintained for few moments, and then is dissolved, destruction. Every word, every thought, every blink. So the Creator is there everywhere. He is pervading everything. But for whom is all this taking place? Is it taking place for the student you are? Is it taking place for the seeker that you are? Is it taking place for the mind that you are? Is it taking place for the individual that you are? Is it taking place for the Atma that you are? Or here, as they are saying, as the total mind. Consciousness with respect to with reference to the total mind is called as prana, is called as Brahmaji. So as long as our attention is on this body and our body identification has not gone, till then till then there is a creator. Till then there is a creator, because you are part of this creation. And this question will come to you: from where did this whole thing begin? Who caused it to happen? To give me joys and sorrows, etc., etc., from all the experiences, all the stimuli. Who created? From where did it come from? It came from that creator. See? So that is the first expression. As the Prajapati, that's the first expression. Here it says, Tubhyam prana prajastvima balim haranti. The entire population of human beings, they only offer you the bali, means all the offerings are made to you alone. Meaning, seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, eating, holding, walking, pilgrimages, study of scriptures, understanding, convincing, ideating, thinking, feeling, everything is done as an offering to that prana. But what does the individual think? I am feeling good, I am feeling bad, I have understood, I have not understood. But for whom is this whole game going on? For whom are the senses open? Because there is some power without which the senses cannot function. There is one power without which the mind cannot function. There is one power without which the intellect cannot function. All these faculties, and each faculty is presided over by a Deva, productive potential, and all of them are offering the stimuli. Eyes are offering the stimuli of color and form, ears the sound, nose the smell, and so on. To whom? To the individual. It doesn't exist. To the mind, nobody has seen it. Then to whom? To this prana, to this creator, to this Atma, if you want to call it. And then here says, Yaha pranai pratitishthasi, because and who are you to whom all these are offering, making the offerings? You are that who is staying with the senses all the time. Senses includes mind and intellect. Did we do the bhashya for this one? Did we do
No, Swamiji.
No.
No.
Okay. So. यह प्रजापति ही अपि स त्वमेव गर्भे चरसि पितुर्मातुश्च प्रतिरूपः सन् प्रतिजायसे प्रजापतित्वाद् एव प्रागेव सिद्धं तव मातृपितृत्वम्. So here they are taking one step beyond Prajapati. So now we are talking about the supreme reality, and he is saying that Yaha Prajapati api sa tvameva garbhe charasi. You yourself are the Prajapati. That Prajapati, whether we call him Brahma, etc., etc., or the Prana, that also you are the Mukhya Prana. And remember, another word for Brahmaji I just told you is Hiranyagarbha, isn't it? So that Garbha, the womb, in that cosmic womb. Here it is told, Garbhe charasi. Charasi means you are alone. Tvameva garbhe charasi. You alone are moving around in the cosmic womb. You will say, air is moving around in the cosmic womb. The air is only on the earth. Outside earth, there is no air. Yet planets are moving around, galaxies are moving around. New things, planets, galaxies, stars are created, destroyed. So here he says that uh, that you alone are moving around in this cosmic womb, and you alone, here next time, pitur matuscha pratirupaha, you alone, just like he became the sun and the moon, that just like he became the subject and the object, here it is told, you alone in the form of father and mother, taking the form of the father and mother, san pratijayase, then out of them you are alone born. You only take the form of father and mother, and you alone are born out of both of them. How wonderful. But we must stay with this. Then the mind will dissolve. Because as we are going through these verses, this bhashya, your mind cannot hold on to anything. How can one thing become the father and the same thing again become the mother also, and out of both of them the child is born? That also is the same thing. But if everything is nothing but that prana, is nothing, everything is nothing but that one reality, reality playing with reality. Purnamada Purnamidam. As a father also he is complete, as a mother also is complete, and what comes forth as a child, as the newly born, that is also complete from his point of view, not from our point of view. But we have to shift our thinking. Our thinking is linear. It is not wholesome. And when it is wholesome thinking, then no thinking is required. Mind stops. Prajapatitvad eva prageva siddham tava matrupitruttvam. And because you are the Prajapati, so it is preordained for you to become the father and mother. So who is the first father and mother? Shiva Shakti, Ishwar Prakriti, they are the first father and mother. Then when is Ishwara called as Ishwara? When he is with his Shakti, which is avyakta. It has not become trigunatmika. It has not started vibrating yet. But the moment vibration happens, then that same Ishvara is known as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, creator, maintainer and destroyer. Then the roles begin. But this creator, maintainer and destroyer, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, who are they? The unmanifest Ishvara. Who is Ishvara and Prakriti or Maya or Shakti? Nothing but that one supreme reality. So whether you take it as your parents and start working backwards, or you take the ultimate parents, Ishwar Prakriti. Here it is, they are already preordained. Why he took form as father and mother? No why. It just is. सर्व देह देहिया कृतित शभनैकः प्राणः सर्वात्मा असीत्यर्थः. So he says the meaning of what we just said is that that in the form of the in the entire form, in the entire body, and dehi means the one who is expressing through this body. So whether you want to take as deha, the body will be the body of the wave, and the dehi will be the consciousness expressing through each wave. So you alone have become all the waves, and you alone have become the consciousness expressing through all the waves. Is that not true? If you think properly, water is the infinite element. Water alone became the form called wave, and water alone is expressing through every wave. Same way, here, another way to look at it, that you alone became all the forms in this cosmos, and you alone are the one who's expressing through all the forms, dehi. And what in matter he is expressing as existence, in living being he is expressing as conscious existence and consciousness. And in realized masters, existence, consciousness, and bliss. But he's there. We have not invoked it yet. We are not even here as existence. We are, but we don't. We are far away from it. We keep saying, I am, but we don't understand what I am means. We are lost in the virtual. We are Gaunatma, or we are lost in the body, Mithyatma, or we are lost in the gods, all the devas. Please get my daughter married. Please get my son pass year 12. Please take this disease away. Please let there be no third world war. I am doing this prayer, today's special prayer for universal. It's a universal prayer for universal peace. Vishwa Shanti. Always there. So he is away. You forget, he is in and through the whole creation. Should we not pray? Then pray with this understanding that he already knows what is required to be done. You are seeing destruction, you are seeing the tumult of the whole creation or on the earth at the moment. Disaster, earthquakes, tsunamis, tornadoes, everything he is. Everything he is. Make the prayer. No, nothing. We are not. It's not said that you don't make the prayers. But let our vision get transformed, and you are the Atma of all the forms. There is no form in which you are not. Sarvatma, Sarva Atma, Sarva. Now when our attention is on everything and everybody, we say all. So Sarva means all. So you are the essence in the all. What all? The inert things, the living beings, the non-existence. Everything. Just like you are, your mind is the essence of everything in the dream. The dream, the dreamer, the dream world, and every person, inert or sentient, everything is pervaded by the mind, your mind in the dream. All the characters, good, bad, ugly, gross or subtle, every thought, every emotion, every life, every breath, every past, every future in the dream of everyone is nothing is nothing but your mind. So we'll say your mind is the Atma of every being in the dream. Is that a too far-fetched idea to comprehend? Because it's your own experience. Similarly, Prajapati, Brahmaji, Hiranyagarbha, he is also, just like our mind is pervading, is the Atma of everything and everyone in the dream. Similarly, Brahmaji also, or Pran is also, or the Creator is also the Sarvatma. He is the Atma of everything and everyone in this cosmos. Wow, that was not difficult. We'll go one step behind that. He is also the Atma of the Creator, Maintainer and Destroyer. He is also the Atma of the Creator. He is the Atma of the Maintainer and he is the Atma of the Destroyer. That one alone is appearing as Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. And if you want to go further back, that one alone is expressing as the Atma of the Ishvara and the Prakriti. That one alone has multiplied into two. Just like your one mind alone became everything in the dream. From where did it come from? It didn't come from outside. How did the dream come? Find out. You find out. It just came. See? So our attention has to go back, is being brought to that indivisible principle who is the material as well as the efficient cause, who alone is expressing as the Prajapati, and the Prajapati is the Sarvatma of the cosmic mind, and everything and every being is pervaded by him. I gave you the example of dream that is not given in this bhashya, but I added my bit to it. So he continues. तुभ्यं त्वदर्थं या इमा मनुष्याद्याः प्रजाः तु हे प्राण चक्षुरादि द्वारैः बलिं हरन्ति. So he says that and all these bodies, not only of the human being but also all other bodies, starting from the amoeba to Brahmaji, all the body, the praja, remember, praja just doesn't mean people. Praja here means the form. O Pran, these eyes and the various senses, they here it says Chakshuradi Dwaraihi Balim Haranti. These gateways called the five senses, mind, intellect, etc., they are taking in whatever they are doing, whatever their job description is, seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, thinking, feeling, ideating, imagining, etc., etc. They are doing it for you alone. They are offering it to you alone, and this offering is called as bali. Every stimuli that is offered, we when we talk about, oh, the eyes don't have a purpose, they are taking in the stimuli and they are offering it to the mind. But mind also has got no purpose, it's only a thought in the mind. For whom is that thought? If you say it is individual, individual does not exist, because individual is just an imaginary continuity of I. Then who is there? The reality. So for him, he alone is playing with himself. So here we will say that all these senses are offering it to you because you alone are, here it says continuing, यह त्वं प्राणैः चक्षुरादिभिः सह प्रतितिष्ठसि सर्वशरीरेषु सर्वशरीरेष्वतस्तुभ्यं बलिं हरन्तीति युक्तं भोक्ता हि यतः त्वं तवैवान्यत् सर्वं भोज्यं. Meaning, यह त्वं pranay chakshuradibihi sapratitishtasi, because all the senses, seeing, hearing, touching, etc., they cannot function without you. So sahapratitishtasi, you are with them, along with them, wherever they are. They cannot exist without you. They cannot exist without you, and you alone are the enjoyer, and you and everything is everything that is enjoyed is also your enjoyment. So you are the enjoyer, and everything is the enjoyed for you, not for me, not for my mind. Eyes are not enjoying the colors and forms. Ears are not enjoying the sound. We think that way, we live that way. But the real enjoyer is the Atma. We have to think out of the box. Instead of continuously thinking me, our attention is to be on that one who himself is appearing as the enjoyer and the enjoyed. So all enjoyed are for the enjoyer, and enjoyer is for the enjoyed. All senses are for the cannot exist without the prana, and prana alone is supporting all the senses, expressing through the senses, expressing as the senses. Because where there is no water in a wave, is there any part of the wave where there is no water? Is there any part in an ornament where there is no gold? Everything is gold, everything is water, everything is mud in a pot. Similarly, is there any place in this body, breath, mind, intellect, the pancha koshas, the five koshas, the five sheaths, where the Paramatma is not there? Look at it. He alone is being called as different names: mind, thoughts, emotions. And therefore it is told, offer everything to the Lord. Don't live for survival. Don't live. So in this manner, So everyone is offering the ahuti to you only, and for all the ahutis, you are the bhokta. Continuing in the 8th verse, 8th and 9th, 8th. देवानामसि वह्नित्वं देवानामसि वह्नित्वं पितॄणां प्रथमा स्वधा पितॄणां प्रथमा स्वधा ऋषीणां चरितं सत्यं ऋषीणां चरितं सत्यम् अथर्वाङ्गिरसामसि अथर्वाङ्गिरसामसि टुगेदर देवानामसि वह्नितमः पितॄणां प्रथमा स्वधा ऋषीणां चरितं सत्यम् अथर्वाङ्गिरसामसि देवानामसि वह्नित्वं वह्नित्वं means पूजनीय वह्नित्वं means you are the esteemed for all the gods. पितृणाम प्रथमा क्या है स्वधा, and for the and for the ancestors, pitrunam, for the ancestors, prathama swadha, you are the first offering to the departed ones. Then कहाँ गया ऋषीणाम चरितं सत्यम, and you are the here it says ऋषीणाम चरितं सत्यम अथर्वांगी रसामसि. So and who are these rishis? Here we have to be here he is explaining in the that and atharvangi rasa rishyon, meaning those potential behind the eyes, behind the various senses, they are the rishis, and for them you are the truth. For them you are the truth. And what is that truth? That truth is that see good, hear good, smell good, talk good, think good. So when they talk about Satyam, that Satyam is truthfulness, righteousness, dharma. And in this way, here he says in the Bhashya, Devanam Indradi Namasi Bhavasi Tvam Vannitamaha Havisham Prapayitrutamaha. You that you are the most esteemed for the Indra and other gods, and because you are the one that because you are the one who is expressing as the carrier, you are the of all the gods, and without you they cannot do their functioning, they cannot perform their jobs, as the sun cannot give heat and light, Indra cannot bring the rain, etc., etc. And so you are the carrier. And then next part he says that and all the when we do the havan, etc., yagya yag, in that all that that is put and that through the steam, through the fire, everything is given to the Pitruganas, to the, we do the Shrad, etc. So you are that, first is you are the Havish, and you are the first Swadha, which is given to the ancestors. So here it says in Sanskrit, what is it? Pitrunam Nandi Mukhe Shraddhe Ya Pitrubhyo Diyate Swadhannam Sa Deva Pradhanam Apekshya Prathama Bhavati. So, when we do the Shraddha at the time, on the 13th day, when the Shraddha is done, those hot rice balls, steaming hot rice balls, along with the black sesame seed, when that is offered to the ancestors, through the steam that the ancestors are fed and nourished, and here it says that Shraddha is called as Nandi Mukha Shraddha, and in that this Swadha means offering is made through the steam or heat, and that God-oriented karma, it is the first one. That's why the word here used is Pitrunam Prathama Swadha, and because you alone appeared first as fire. Remember, in the first question, when it was told Prajapati first appeared as sun and the moon. So there it was sun and moon. Here we are coming down the ladder, and we are come to here in this verse. It is saying you alone are the fire, and it is the fire which carries the nourishment to the gods as well as the ancestors. First the ancestors, then the gods. Why first ancestors, then gods? That is the oblation that is offered, and therefore, because he, as the Vanni means fire, and because he is, that fire is the carrier of the nourishment to the gods as well as the ancestors. So here it was told Deva namasi Vannitamaha. Then continuing, tasya api pitrubhyah prapayita tvameva iti arthah kim चर्षीणाम चक्षुरादीनाम प्राणानाम अंगिरसभूतानाम अथर्वणाम तेषामेव प्राणो वा अथर्वा इति श्रुतेः. So here he says that so you alone are the one who nourishes through the being the fire, you nourish the ancestors, and then here it says also the rishi means chakshu, etc., meaning the senses, mind, intellect, etc. So the various rishis, they have a location within us. So for example, here they are given Angi Rasa, according to the scriptures. Here the scripture said, in the Veda it is given Prano Va Atharva. So Prano Va Atharva, according to that Shruti, it is said Angiras, Angake. So Angiras Rishi, he is a Rishi, Angiras, and who does he represent? He represents the Rasa Swarup, meaning he is the beholder of the Rasa Tanmatra, or the Ras can be very literal meaning of ras is taste, uh, but that is the truth of that Angiras. That uh, see the we also Anga means body. Anga means body. If we are enjoying being the body, if we are enjoying being the body, if we are enjoying the body, this is the job of the Angiras. And his is and he's from the Atharva Ved, and from there, and that is his truth. And here it says, continuing, where are we? Charitam cheshtitam satyam avitatham dehadharanadi upakara lakshanam tvamevasi. So he says that avitatha, meaning that here the meaning of avitaya means, avitatha means that you alone are helping in the deha, holding on to the body and giving the body, etc. And all the various activities that happen through the body, that also you are, and in this way it is explained. So here Shankaracharya in the Bhashya, he has taken the various rishis, the word rishi here to mean the various senses. Continuing, Indrastvam prana tejasa, Indrastvam prana tejasa, Rudrosi parirakshita, Rudrosi parirakshita, Tvamantarikshe charasi suryah, Tvamantarikshe charasi suryah, Tvam jyotisham patihi. So we can change it. Tvamantarikshe charasi suryastvam jyotisham patihi. Together. Indrastvam prana tejasa, Rudrosi parirakshita, Tvamantarikshe charasi, Suryastvam jyotisham patihi. He says, Indrastvam prana teja, Rudrosi parirakshita. O prana. Remember, this is a prayer going on, stuti going on of the prana. O prana, you alone are the Indra and the Rudra, and expressing as their powers. Because what is the power of Indra? The Vajra and the rain. Rudra is the destroyer. So you are their powers, and you are the destroyer or the protector. Bhagwan यहाँ पे here Rudra here Rudrosi, destroyer, and Parirakshita, or here it can be taken as Rudraha Asi Parirakshita. As the Rudra, you are protecting everyone. That also can be, it can be taken as that. And then it says, then Tvamantarikshe charasi Suryas Tvam Jyotisham patihi, and you move in the sky. Tvam Antarikshe, Antariksha means the space. Tvam is you, charasi move, you move in space as Surya. Tvam Jyotisham patihi, and you are the Patihi. Patihi means here the Lord. You are the the supreme commander of all the forms of light. What are the different forms of light? You got the sun, the moon, the lightning, the stars, and the
fire.
Five. These are the five sources of light. And you are the commander of all these. You are the boss of all these. Patihi. Sita Pati Sri Ramchandra. You are the Lord of Sita. Same way. We are in we are in the ninth, na? So here the Bhashya says, इंद्रः परमेश्वरस्त्वं हे प्राण तेजसा वीर्येण रुद्रोसि संहरन् जगत. So, O Pran, O Supreme One, you as Indra, you are the Supreme. Indrah Parameshwarah Tvam, He Pran. O Pran, as Indra, you are the Parameshwara. Because without rain, Indra is the one who gives us rain. And without rain, we cannot sustain without ourselves. And therefore, as the Indra, you are the Parameshwara. And then that He Pran, Tejasa Viryena Rudrosi Sanhuran Jagata, that through your effulgence, through your vitality, you alone are expressing as the Rudra who destroys the world. That's what I told you before. And then Sthitau cha parisamantat rakshita palayita parirakshita tvameva jagatah saumyena rupena. And also, and when it comes to maintenance, you take the pleasing form, and by taking the pleasing form, then here, because only Rudra was told, we can take it as Narayana or Vishnu. You take the pleasing form, and you protect everything and everyone from all sides and maintain. So here too, Samantat Rakshita. Rakshita means protect, Palayita, you maintain, you nourish everyone, and Parirakshita, and you take care of everything from inside out. Tvameva Jagata Saumyena Rupena, and you do that, maintain the world by your pleasing form, which is, we can put the word here, Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is the maintainer. Tvam antarikshe jastram charasi udayaha tamayabhyam suryastvameva cha sarvesham jyotisham patihi. You alone are the rising and setting, this sequence that is continuously going on in the space, in the sky, and you are the one who alone are rising as the sun and setting, and the setting sun, etc. And you alone are the so what is rising and setting? The stars are rising, the sun is rising, the moon is rising, the the entire all the lights that I told you, they are all rising and they are all uh, subsiding. And here it is told, you are the Adhipati, you are the Charasi, Jyotisham Patihi. Patihi again, you are the Lord of everything that is rising and setting in this creation. Oh. And in this way, so you are the only cause. There is nothing else in this creation apart from you. You are the you are that soul, S-O-L-E, soul, not S-O-U-L. You are the, or you can take the other one also. You are the supreme soul, or you are the sole Lord of the entire world. And in this way, continuing 10th. यदा त्वमभिवर्षस्थं थेमः यदा त्वमभिवर्षः यथास्त्वमभिवर्षः यथेमा प्राणते प्रजाः यथेमा प्राणते प्रजाः आनन्दरूपास्तिष्ठन्ति आनन्दरूपास्तिष्ठन्ति कामायान्नं भविष्यतीति कामायान्नं भविष्यतीति. टुगेदर, यदा त्वमभिवर्षः यथेमा प्राणते प्रजाः आनन्दरूपास्तिष्ठन्ति कामायान्नं भविष्यतीति. O Pran, you're the Varsha, Yatema Pranate Prajaha. O Pran, when you in the form of rains, and when you fall, the creation gets the food and the life is sustained. Or we can say this whole world, which is your own essential nature, this world which is your own essential nature grows because of the food given by you and is happy, anandaha, and desiring this wonderful food, the beings are happy, being not just human beings, animals also, mosquitoes also. They are happy in expectation and seeing the rains. For that last 10-12 days there was no rain, and suddenly at night when it rained early in the morning few days ago, respite from all the heat, 35-37 degrees. Now the plants will be green, flowers will come out, otherwise everything was burning away in the garden. So in this way, यदा पर्जन्यः भूत्वाभिवर्षसि त्वमथ तदान्नं प्राप्येमाः प्रजाः प्राणते प्राणचेष्टां कुर्वन्ति इति अर्थः. When you come down, O Pran, when you come down, because see, that supreme reality alone became the Prajapati, that Prajapati alone became the sun alone makes the water vapor from the oceans evaporate, and then that evaporated water becomes the clouds, and then those clouds then wherever according to the nature they go and precipitate, and and this way when they precipitate, all the seeds that the farmers have sown, they germinate, and food the beings get the food to eat, and in this way the prana, the uh, eh, takes care of all the praja, of all the bodies, and this is the sequence through which the prajapati or the prana is going through. And अथवा प्राणते त्वमेव तवेमाहा प्रजाः स्वात्म भूतास्त्वदन्न अन्नसं वर्धिताः त्वद् अभिवर्षण दर्शन मात्रेण च आनंद रूपाः सुखं प्राप्ता इव सत्य तिष्ठन्ति काम कामायेच्छान्तोन्नम कामायेत शातः अन्नम भविष्यतीति एवं अभिप्रायः. So what is meant here is that when the rain falls, when you alone taking the form of the rain, you come down and you provide the food, and by looking at you, by looking at the, as I told you before, by looking at the clouds, the praja, the people here or the various beings, they feel exhilarated, ananda rupaha, and they become happy that there will be food, there will be enough for that we will have something to eat. And that is why you see even animals who don't have brains, but they migrate according to the season. Wherever the water is, where if it is going to be dry, they come down to the south of Africa. When it again they go up to the north, and the whole migration comes about from the Russia. All the birds, the geese, the cranes, they all migrate down to south, to India, to Africa. All this migration because of what? In search of food. So by telling this verse, when we are saying Ananda, we have to understand that we haven't seen the food yet, but by just looking at the clouds, which is nothing but that one Supreme alone appearing as the clouds, we become happy that there will be plenty food available in the future. And in this way, this verse is a prayer, is a stuti to that prana. Vratyastvam pranaikarshiratta व्रात्यस्त्वं प्राणैकर्षिरत्ता विश्वस्य सम्पतिः व्रातयस्त्वं प्राणै. We can, anyway, we'll break it up and then we'll chant together. विश्वस्य सत्पतिः, विश्वस्य सत्पतिः, वयमाद्यस्य दातारः, वयमाद्यस्य दातारः, पिता त्वं मातरिश्वनः, पिता त्वं मातरिश्वनः. Together, व्रात्यस्त्वं प्राणैकर्षिरत्ता विश्वस्य सत्पतिः, वयमाद्यस्य दातारः, पिता त्वं मातरिश्वनः. Apart from that, O Pran, you are vratya. Vratya means uncultured. We will explain. So that Supreme is uncultured. Om Namo Vratapataye. We talk about Ganesh Ji, no? This is how the prayers are. Namo Vratapataye. Vrata. Vrata means uncultured one. Then you are also the Ekarshi. You are the fire by the name of Ekarshi, and you are the enjoyer, uh, and you are the enjoyer, and also you are the lord of the entire creation. So we are, what does it mean, man? One moment. And here when he says Ekarshi, you are the fire by the name of Ekarshi, that Ekarshi is the fire that enjoys the offerings, and you are the universal lord of the existence, you are the lord of the whole Vishwa. And then it says Vishwasatpatihi, then Vayamadyasya Datarah Pita Tvam Matarishvanah. And then he says that we are the givers of thy food, meaning we are giving you the food by doing the Havan, by doing the sacrifice. Or what is the sacrifice? This we saw in Kathopanishad. These are the Havan Kundas. Havan Kundas means the sacrificial pit. This is the sacrificial pit. These are the sacrificial pit. These are the sacrificial pit. This is the sacrificial pit. The mind in there is the sacrificial pit. And in this sacrificial pit called the seeing, hearing, touching, feeling, tasting, the offerings of sound, colors and forms, smell, etc. are being offered. And through this offering, for whom are they offered? We already saw in before. They are being offered to the Pran, to the ultimate, to the Atma. So here it is told that we are giving you the food. Here the gods are saying, because gods are the productive potentials of the senses. So they are saying, we are taking in the stimuli and offering it to you. You are our father, you are the wind. You are the Matarishwa. Matarishwa is the wind, the cosmic wind, or the wind within here, within this body, the air element, the Vayu. So here he says, one moment. So here it says that prathama jatvadanyasya sanskartuhu abhavad asanskritah vratyah tvam swabhavata eva shuddha ityabhiprayah. Because you being the firstborn, therefore there was never no one there to do for you to do the sanskaras for you. I just went to someone's house, Ravi's, before. They are doing the Garbha Sanskar. Then when the child is born, the various 16 sanskaras are done. Parents are there to do the sanskaras. Grandparents are there. But you, O Pran, you being the firstborn, there was no one before you to do the sanskaras for you. Therefore, you are the uncultured one. Therefore, you are called the Vratya. Because by nature, you are the pure one. He pranai, प्राणैकर्षि स्त्वम् अथर्वणानां प्रसिद्ध एकर्षि नामाग्निः सन्नता सर्व हविषाम. Then he says that you are O Lord, you are the first fire that is offered as Havish by Atharvana Rishi. And then it says, Tvameva Vishwasya Sarvasya Sataha Vidyamanasya Patihi Satpatihi Sadhurva Patihi Satpatihi. So then he says that you are the Pati, you are the Ishwar, you are the Lord or controller of already existing world. You are the Lord of the already existing world, or another meaning could be that you are that you are good and best, Satpatihi. You are the best Lord. Then it says, Vayam punaradyasya tavadani yasya havisho dataraha. Then he says that you are the giver of havish which we offer you, and then which we offer you, havisho dataraha. Tvam pita matarishva he matarishvanno asmakam अथवा मातरिश्वनः वायोस्त्वं अतश्च सर्वस्यैव जगतः पितृत्वं सिद्धम्. So here he says that you are our father Matarishwa and also father of air. This is the second meaning. First is you are our father, and the other meaning is you are the father of the air, and thus you are father of everything in this world. In this way we have to understand. This is what Shankaracharya is explaining. What more? Kim bahuna याते तनूर्वाची प्रतिष्ठिता याते तनूर्वाची प्रतिष्ठिता या श्रोत्रे या च चक्षुषी या श्रोत्रे या च चक्षुषी या च मनसि संतता या च मनसि संतता सेवां तां कुरु मोत्क्रमीः सेवां तां कुरु मोत्क्रमीः. या ते तनूर्वाचि प्रतिष्ठिता या श्रोत्रे या च चक्षुषी या च मनसि संतता सेवां तां कुरु मोत्क्रमीः. He says your essence, याते तनुर वाची प्रतिष्ठिता तनुहु वाची प्रतिष्ठिता या श्रोत्रे या च चक्षुषी. सो याते तनुहु याते वचिः याते श्रोत्रे याते चक्षुषी प्रतिष्ठिता. Pratisthita means established. So you are the one in essence established in the speech, established in the ears, established in the eyes, in the mind. Yacha manasi santata, and you are pervading the whole mind, and therefore shivam tam kuru motkramihi, and therefore, O Lord, first part, yacha manasi santata. Santata means quieten down, and you, oh pranas, please, you quieten down through, because you are pervading the mind, you quieten the mind, in other words, because you are alone pervading the whole mind. And then it says, Santata Shivam. We should add that. Yacha Manasi Santata Shivam. Shivam means auspicious. And so you can add that to here. Let there be auspicious silence in the mind, or you can say, oh auspicious one, you do tam kuru ma utkrami. The word is ma utkrami. Utkrami means to go up, to rise up. Remember how this story began, when all the gods were saying that we are important, everything is held by us. Then the prana said, Acha, and he showed it to them. He started rising up, and all of them started rising up. When he sat down, they all sat down. So now they are saying, please don't rise up, because then we also feel we have to leave our places. In this way, in the 12th verse again the prayer is made by the gods. Yate tvadiya tanurvachi pratisthita vaktrutvena vadana cheshtham kurvati ya shrotre ya cha chakshushi ya cha manasi sankalpadi vyaparena santata samanugata tanuhu tam shivam shantam kuru ma utkrami rutkramanena ashivam ma कार्षीहि इति अर्थः. So what we said, that is all in short given here, and then the last part is that yacha where are we? Tanuhu tam shivam shantam kuru. May you quieten our mind, may you quieten, because you are pervading the mind, so please quieten the mind. Ma utkrami, and don't rise up or go away from here, because that is ashivam, that is inauspicious. Ma karshi riti artaha, and therefore don't perform this unauspicious act, because gods are conditioned, gods are limited, gods are expression of the potential. So they don't have an independent existence. They are dependent on the pranas, not the breath, the supreme prana. So therefore they are saying, you going away will be inauspicious for us, because we will die. We will not have a place to express, and therefore they are saying, please don't rise up, utkrama, you remain rested, so that we also keep doing our job. In this way, this is the prayer. This is the prayer that we should be having within ourselves, invoking the potential of all the gods in our senses, mind, intellect, and saying this prayer with this understanding. Either you can chant it, and then once you understand the meaning, you can chant it. Ask him to quieten the mind, ask him to quieten the mind, because that is auspicious. To leave the mind, that is inauspicious. If life is going out, it is inauspicious for us, because we will die. As long as the life is expressing, it is auspicious. We can go about our business. Continuing in the 12th verse. Oh, just two more left. We can conclude it quickly. Furthermore, प्राणस्येदं वशे सर्वं त्रिदिवे यत् प्रतिष्ठितं मातेव पुत्रान् रक्षस्व श्रीश्च प्रज्ञां च विदेहि नैति. Together, प्राणस्येदं वशे सर्वं त्रिदिवे यत् प्रतिष्ठितं मातेव पुत्रान् रक्षस्व श्रीश्च प्रज्ञां च विदेहि नैति. He says, Tridive yat pratishtitam, sarva trideva. So, whatever is there, whether you can say the three worlds, waking, dream, and deep sleep, or you can say the nether worlds, the earthly plane, and the higher worlds, or you can say past, present, future, whichever way you take the three worlds. Whatever is existing, everything is existing because of you, O Pran, and without you it cannot express itself or exist itself. And the way a mother, Mateva Putran Rakshasva, just like a mother protects the child, Shrishta Prajnam Cha Videhi Na Iti. Similarly, you also protect us. And how do you protect us? By giving us Shri and Buddhi, by giving us wealth and intelligence. In this manner, oh, I missed one, is it? No, correct na? Asmin loke प्राणस्य एव वशे सर्वमिदं यत् किंचिद उपभोग जातं त्रिदिवे तृतीयस्यां दिवि च यत् प्रतिष्ठितं देवादि उपभोग जातं तस्यापि प्राण एव ईशिता रक्षिता. So here he says that whatever is there to be enjoyed in this world, everything is under the lordship, under the protection of the Pran, and also the Tridiva meaning that the what is it called here? The third heaven. Bhur Swaha. There is the third one. Swaha. Swaha is the Swargalok. And that there also, that also is where there is no hunger and thirst, there is no birth and death, there is no, birth and death, but no disease and old age. And where all your desires get satisfied the moment you think, that is called as heaven. That is also protected by you, that is also at your behest alone. Without, you are the Lord of that. And in this way, and all the glory that is there, all that is nothing but and all the glory that is there, the glorious and the glory, everything is nothing but you alone. Therefore, example again, here it is taken, same I have already explained. Ataha mateva putran asman rakshasva palayasva. Just like a mother protects her child, you putran sman rakshasva palayasva, you also take care of us, you also protect us. Twan nimitta hi ब्राह्मण्यः क्षात्रियाश्च श्रियः ताः त्वं श्रीश्च श्रियश्च प्रज्ञां च त्वत्स्थिति निमित्तां विदेहि नः विधत्स्व इति अर्थः. So here he says that uh, that that all uh, the wealth of the Brahmanas. What is the wealth of Brahmanas? Their sadhana, their discipline, their knowledge of the scriptures, their samadhi abhyas, etc. That is their Shri. And what is the Kshatriya's Shri? The valor, the vitality, the commanding, all that is of the Kshatriyas. All these vibhutis, they are all because of you in them. May you protect them, and that wealth, that Shri, and that intelligence, that Vidya, you please offer to us. We should understand it in this way. When we say that the knowledge of the Shri of the Brahmanas and the Shri of Kshatriyas, see, both of these Brahman and Kshatriya, they are inside us only. We don't want to go into Vaishya because their desire, greed comes. We don't want to go into Shudra because they are also there within us. But we don't want to go there because there the laziness comes. So Kshatriya is the dynamic approach to life. The brahmacharya, the vitality, the inner invocation of the energy, being a visionary, all that rajas is required, and that is presented in the Kshatriya word Kshatriya here. And Brahmana is the one who is calm, cool, collected, educated. Kshatriya can also be, but his main disposition is dynamism. Here, the main expression in Brahmana is calmness and meditative poise and commitment to the truth. And that is the Shri of a Brahmana, and that is there within us. So may you present us, may you offer us, may you, how do we say, invoke within us. It is by His grace alone it will come, that we are self-oriented, that we are liberation-oriented, and we are interested in the scriptures, that we are understanding the scriptures, and we are dynamically, the Kshatriya Bhav, the Rajasic Bhav, that we are dynamically involved in all this till we quieten down. For that we are disciplined, we are determined, we are courageous, we are not Vaishya. Vaishya means if we have a business mind, it will go into only survival mode. Where is the question of higher thinking? It will go into making ashrams, it will go into wanting to sort the problems of the world. You cannot sort the problems of the world if you are not sorted yourself. Understand this. But people want to do so many things outside. See? Let it happen naturally. When we evolve, when we get the knowledge by the grace of the Lord, when we get the dynamism by the grace of the Lord, He opens the path for you, where to go and where not to go. He opens the path, avenues. He organizes everything. We don't have to organize. We have to be alert. About what? Not how I'm going to spread this knowledge in the world. We have to be alert towards the Lord. By whom, through whom, by the grace of whom, everything that is happening in this creation and within me is nothing but a play of Him with Himself. The day this clicks, the individuality will dissolve. And therefore the prayer. And therefore here it says, the last verse, iti evam sarvatmataya vagadibihi pranaihi stutya gamitam gamita mahima pranaha prajapatihi ratteti avadhrutam. So in this manner, the various gods, the various productive divine potentials behind the speech, eyes, etc., etc., they sang the glory of the pranas, they sang the glory of the Supreme, and whose glory we have to recognize. Here it says, iti evam sarvatmataya. This has to be recognized, sarva atma, that it is that one whose glory is being sung. He is not only somewhere above the sky, he is within us, he is in every being, and this should be our orientation, and that one alone is the Prajapati, that one alone is the enjoyer, and this has been concluded in this second question. So first, in the first question, who created the creation? It was told the Prajapati. And here that Prajapati, there who was the Prajapati? The Prajapati was the creator. Who was the creator? We have not seen Brahmaji, we have not seen the Hiranyagarbha, but we know that our immediate world is governed by the sun and the moon. So it was told that Prajapati expressed as the sun and the moon. So sun is the Prajapati, and this way it went on. It was observation of the outside. In this question, in this chapter, the same observation was made subtle, and our attention is being brought to that principle which is the common denominator, for whom not only my senses and my mind and my thoughts, but everyone's senses and everyone's thought are subservient, are functioning because of him alone. In other words, he is the enjoyer and all the senses are the enjoyed. We can go even one step further. He is the enjoyer and he himself is the enjoyed. Enjoyer enjoying himself. And in this way, this was concluded. So in the second question, our attention was brought from outside sun to the light of consciousness within, which is the prana, for whom everything is going on. And इति श्रीमद् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य श्रीमद् गोविंद भगवत पाद पूज्य पाद शिष्य श्रीमद् शंकर भगवतः कृतौ प्रश्नोपनिषद भाष्ये द्वितीयः प्रश्नः. With this we conclude the second question of the Prashnopanishad. Next week we begin with the third question. We will look at it in our next class. Thank you for giving me extra time. Otherwise, for one verse we will have to come back again. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.